Good morning. My glasses are fogging up from the little bit of rain out there. Give me a second here. Eagle Hill families, friends, fellow faculty members, members of the Eagle Hill School Board of Trustees, alumni, underclassmen, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2024. Welcome to Eagle Hill School in the 2024 commencement exercises. This is a wonderful day for 45 remarkable seniors. As many of you know, for many years, PJ's opening remarks were given in the form of a poem commemorating the graduating class. In his whimsical way, he would honor each student, befitting Eagle Hill's commitment to the individual. PJ was, among many other things, whimsical. I am an attorney. Some of you may not know that about me, but I worked at the Attorney General's office in the Department of Social Services in my early 20s. Today, I remain a member of the Massachusetts Bar Association. As such, it is my honor to stand and represent our graduates as I present my inaugural proceeding, the commencement case for the class of 2024. That right there. I open my argument with Maddie Adorney of Riverside, Connecticut. Found to be thoughtful, kind, and compassionate, a talented musician and actor who has served the community through the organization and hosting of open mic nights, it is unanimously recognized that she will thrive at Marist College. Next, I present Chip Banks, another Connecticut partner. While he at times did object in the arenas of Spanish and math, his output in reading was exceptional, particularly in the field of science fiction. His double tenure in Dr. Kim's critical analysis was beyond reproach. Xavier University is fortunate to welcome him. Josh Beiner is our independent expert in fantasy football, and himself a three-sport athlete excelling in soccer, wrestling, and ultimate. A Florida resident by way of New York City, evidence suggests that he also loves shakes at the cafe. Quiet by nature and blessed with a great sense of humor and warm smile when he decides to show it, he is off to practice at High Point University. The younger of the partnership of Bernstein and Bernstein, Yoni followed in his sister's footsteps but stands in no one's shadow. His animal advocacy provided the standard of care for the live animal room, as Snook and Squirt can testify. For this multi-sport athlete who also completed the full IB program, mechanical engineering and business at Syracuse await. Aiden Bhagwati, hailing internationally from India, had a universally acclaimed career at EHS. The consummate social butterfly who holds inactivity and contempt, he immersed himself in every facet of school life. I've been assured that his suitcase of Indian snacks for teachers are not, in fact, tantamount to bribery. Parsons School of Design at the New School is his next destination. Nearly local from East Longmeadow, Ryan Borski counseled with his peers and administration as a core member. Playing soccer and wrestling could be liable for the damages to his knee. However, the resultant time spent with our trainer, Emily, has spurred an interest in becoming a trainer himself. That pursuit begins next year at Coastal Carolina University. Michaela Colvin embodies the law of patience and perseverance, or at least perseverance. Dogged in her pursuit of personal goals, she held Dr. Riendo accountable for his office hours. And if her hours volunteering at hospitals were billable, the hospitals would be bankrupt. An occasional actor and a full-time athlete, she's headed to the University of Pittsburgh and won't settle for less than a nursing degree. From the Southern District of Texas, Ayan Dalal is a master in the case of coding, having apprenticed with Dr. McCaffrey in several classes. Never sedentary, he exercised his right to health and fitness through cross-country and joined jam band and played sax. The next change of venue is a return home to Austin College. Quincy Davis's towering stature was matched by his body of work here. A preponderance of evidence suggests that the Idaho native may have taught Dr. McCaffrey as much as Dr. McCaffrey taught him. He successfully interned in our IT department, and his ability to think outside the box will serve him well at Rochester Institute of Technology. Hailing from Barcelona, Liam Donahauer was swift on the soccer pitch and is a tireless advocate for Taylor Swift as well. He also honed his skills in advanced outdoor adventure with Mr. Robinson. While his charm may at times exceed the recommended limit, Liam is a confident and social leader with great things ahead. He'll make his case next year at High Point. Mengi Eisenberg traveled from Worcester each day, allegedly observing the posted speed limit to get here on time. He excelled in the practice of friendship, his commitment to his peers clear and convincing, and was a member of our leading wrestling team. We look forward to witnessing his success at Flagler College. Richmond, Virginia's Maddie Elder is a supreme on the courts. Basketball, volleyball, and tennis, an athlete of the year. She's also a star in the classroom, as evidenced by her completion of the full IB program. Fitting that this pillar of the community heads to Athens, Georgia that is, to join the University of Georgia. Liam Ferangi, an understated and quiet partner of the Corps, is firm in his goals. He told Jane Alwis on their first meeting that he would be an engineer. This declaration proved apt as he's headed to Stevens Institute of Technology next year. One of our finest, a bright, dedicated student, athlete, and community member. We selfishly wish he could be retained. Another Corps member with a smile in perpetuity, Lucy Gilsdorf, was a force on campus. An advocate, a friend, and an ambassador for the school, she lives with conviction and purpose. Her junior partner, Bryn Kelly, will surely appeal her departure, as will Dr. Kim and so many others. A European tour with an EF gap year is her next proceeding. From Washington State, Emmy Glass's excellence has coast-to-coast jurisdiction. Arriving in the middle of her sophomore year, her artistic talents have grown exponentially, and she became a defense specialist on the soccer field. Her most intense deliberation was over what college to attend after so many acceptances. Southern Oregon University is getting a star in the making. Teddy Goose from Boston was sentenced to excel in Spanish and English thanks to his linguistic prowess. The partnership of Turner, Kim, and Hidalgo will miss his presence. He will preside over his own classroom someday as he's bound for Syracuse to study elementary education. Olivia Gregory from California is of a determined constitution. She bested the trial of chemistry through hard work and perseverance and found her right of way in writing. There is no reasonable doubt that her parents and sister Caitlin are immeasurably proud of her, and she heads back west to the University of Arizona next year. It seems like Nikki Hernstein has been here for ages, arriving in 8th grade. There is, however, a term limit here at EHS. Apparently, though, there was no limit on coffee consumption or number of books read, for if there was, she would be in breach of contract. A defender of animals, she would frequent the shelter. Her declaration is to study English at George Washington University, though Mrs. Riendo holds on to hope she'll switch to poli-sci. Alex Hickey commuted from Connecticut every day. That in itself is a commendable deed. We were fortunate to retain his athletic services for 3 seasons, and he additionally served as a proctor. That he successfully balanced such duties and obligations is no surprise to those that know him. It is for a foregone conclusion that his future is bright at Roger Williams University. One time in her younger, more rebellious years, Kate Higgins ran afoul of one rule or another, and she was called down to PJ's office. Sue Cranford recalls Kate's shock when she realized her mother had shown up for the meeting as well, and she was unsure if she was there as a member of the prosecution or the defense. While she sometimes brings back 8th grade Kate, she grew into a mature, resilient leader, student athlete, and member of the Corps. She will be so missed as she departs for Marist College. Liam Holgate was a de facto Renaissance man at EHS. His areas of practice included squash, welding, ultimate, woodshop, rowing, tennis, and working in the makerspace. His versatile aptitude should aid him well during his next years at New England Institute of Technology. Liam, we cannot wait to see what your future holds. Justin Hugh has a clear and convincing smile that can light up any room. A dedicated athlete, he always gave high effort without complaint. It's said that he values his friendships above everything, and I submit the counterclaim that he means the world to his friends. His change of venue is a change of climate, heading south to Rollins College. From the Northern Midwest District... From the Northern Midwest District of Minnesota comes Maya Johnson. All the way down there. There you go, Maya. In possession of many talents, she plays tennis, she swims, and plays volleyball. She loves Starbucks and Sour Patch Kids, a reckless combination that could cause damages. While nearly a silent partner in class, she is always observant and attentive, traits that will serve her well at Creighton University. Sam Jones from here in the Bay State is judged to be among the most empathetic of students. He provides redress and relief to friends in need, going to great lengths to support him. A main stage on the stage, he presided over many a theatrical production and was a leading member of the Ultimate Team. At the University of New England, he'll find success in a flash. Rohan Kabra has no objection to anime from what I'm hearing. He's also a staunch proponent of video games, a connoisseur of the digital realm. He's in possession of the finest goth fashions, a specific style always on the docket. Dynamy awaits Rohan next year, and no doubt success beyond that. Since arriving at EHS, Angelia Lamagna has had discovery after discovery of talents. A varsity athlete playing soccer and basketball, competing in triathlon, and this year also managing the lacrosse team. She set a dangerous precedent her first summer here when she told Kat Thompson she wanted more difficult work, but she always proved up for the challenge. She will be greatly missed as she heads off to Stonehill. Andrew Lascotti is a regional partner from Shrewsbury, Mass. He could never be suspected of a noise ordinance violation, for his disposition is quiet. He often kept his own counsel, but had a reliable confidant in Soph Warner. We have every reason to believe that he will do wonderfully at Emmanuel College. Sophia Lopez is a specialist in damages. Mrs. Huback says she holds the record for sprains and broken bones in her time at EHS. Her injuries are testamentary to her determined nature, athletic pursuits, and fearlessness. Tremendous personal growth has been the hallmark of her time here, as she now has the confidence and strength to both be a leader and ask for help when needed. At Johnson & Wales and Providence, there will be no rebuttal for her success. Otto Morlock is an associate in elevation litigation. He and his family volunteer to help run a ski mountain in Vermont. He is a de facto captain of campus, popular and acknowledged for his desire to help others. His friendships are paramount, and there will be so many more to be made next year at the University of Vermont. Tyler Nessum embarked on a fitness journey at EHS, his docket full of workouts most days. His efforts in the gymnasium were perhaps matched only by his entrepreneurial spirit. I'm told Tyler has a thriving Amazon business. A soft-spoken, well-respected, and well-liked young man, his time here cannot be defamed. We wish Tyler the best of luck at the University of Tampa. Arriving from California during the highly objectionable pandemic, Tori Nupar is a volleyball star. She ruled over the court, putting in countless hours of practice. An incredibly driven student, she challenged herself with difficult classes like IB biology, and her efforts have been judged as exemplary. Tori heads north from here, and it is a surety she will thrive at the University of New Hampshire. Phoebe Pack from Easton, Connecticut is creative and imaginative, a partner in role play with Kat Abbott. Athletic pursuits included basketball, rowing, and volleyball, and Phoebe's advocacy had no limits, including the LIT program, student affinity groups, and working with the animal shelter. Deferring college proceedings, a gap year awaits. Hailing from Billerica, Mass., Samantha Panzeri takes leadership in stride. She makes brief work of long cross-country courses, making her case for recognition and summarily awarded the league's Runner of the Year. Uncommonly kind, Sam's departure will be an irreplaceable loss for our campus, and she will no doubt be a positive material influence at Westfield next year. A day student commuting from Holden, Caitlin Podolsky has a love of volleyball that will never waver. She was a guardian of the court. As could be inferred, she had a wonderful connection with Coach Bonica. Caitlin served more than aces. As a Girl Scout, she arrived some days with a specific intent of cookie sales. We have no doubt she will thrive at Westfield State. Jack Reeves was a force for Pioneer Athletics. Competing against him was an unjust burden, and wrestling him would be probable cause for damages. Following the precedent set by Rose, his time here was chock full of impressive deeds. The consummate friend, teammate, and partner, Jack will join the Mass Maritime Academy. Hudson Rydell's powers of persuasion are such that they border on undue influence. By way of example, he was able to cajole Dr. Riendo into personally delivering Dunkin' Donuts on many occasions. A driven student who takes ideas seriously, Hudson would work beyond his assigned practice, diving into light texts such as Lockhart's measurement and Euclid's elements. No doubt he will tackle substantive works and accomplish great things at Elon University. Todd Rubenstein is no racketeer, but he excelled in tennis and squash nonetheless. I submit that he is also proficient in piano, and Carl Mercier can testify how helpful he is in the theater. Ever inquisitive and intellectually curious, Todd is primed for great things at Marist College. When the case hinges on a technicality, Alex Schwartz is the man for the job. That is to say that he's a master of technical theater, interning with Carl this year. His areas of practice are diverse, also a three-sport athlete in cross-country running, wrestling, and crew. Known for his kindness and gentle demeanor, Alex has made wonderful progress during his time at EHS, and many more great moments to follow at Marist. Sam Staffenberg is the unofficial mayor of Eagle Hill, appointed out of the respect of his peers and appreciation of the faculty. Sam's jurisdiction includes a captaincy of the crew team, oversight of the snack bar, and starring on stage. He is found to be kind, loyal, and purposeful in all that he does, traits bound to serve him well at High Point University. Anthony Toscano isn't afraid of a heavy caseload. He spends hours in the gym, represents the jam band, and does countless hours of volunteer work in suicide prevention. Helping people is his doctrine. With the intention of becoming a therapist someday, he is an asset to our community and sure to star at Westfield State and beyond. One of 3 in the class to start in 8th grade, Jack Valentino took the long road to senior partner. A specialist in culinary property ownership, he routinely asked Mr. Harbert for Hawaiian pizza because he thought that no one would ask for a slice. Mrs. Riendo's U.S. government class was his favorite, and she greatly enjoyed his apprenticeship. High Point University is lucky to have him next year. Audrey Wallace, half of the venerable Wallace & Wallace, represents the best of Eagle Hill visual arts. Her work brought cheer to our campus, and a beloved piece is central to my own office decor. Your sunny demeanor and smile will be so missed, perhaps most by Finley Riendo. That Syracuse, your college of choice, has the color orange for a mascot is so fitting for someone as bright as you. Bridget Wallace endured a case of cruel and unusual punishment, a litany of injuries so difficult for an athlete. Competitive as they come, she challenged herself with college courses during her senior year. She also assisted young associates volunteering at Hardwick Elementary. For the first in their lives, the twins will be going their separate ways as Bridget heads to Alabama. Eaton Wiseman from Dedham, Mass. Is regaled for his work ethic. Miss McFall claims he might be the hardest working student she's encountered, and there will be no rebuttal from me. With partners on the pitch, he played ultimate, and we can conclusively state that the University of Southern Maine is getting one of our finest. And now, last but not least, the closing argument, you might say. Soph Warner is a New Yorker who has made a case for most improved. In 4 years at EHS, she has become confident and mature. Her specialties are friends and family, decidedly favoring her home district of New York and being with her mom. Her change of venue brings warmer weather and new challenges. Elon University awaits. And now, if you'll indulge me, Dr. MacDonald did a poem each year, as everyone knows. Poetry was his thing. I decided mine would be prose. But in his honor and for this class who will all be so missed, I rest my case with rhymes, and for you all, class dismissed. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Hopper to introduce this year's student speaker.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Thomas Hopper. I teach English here, and I'd like to introduce our 2024 student commencement speaker, Ryan Borski. No, sit. Come on up. Ryan, I was going to embarrass you from your seat, but since you're here, we'll just keep going.
Oh, no.
I had the honor of working with Ryan on his first and his last day at Eagle Hill. And in between, a lot of other people had that pleasure as well. So I've asked for their help in introducing. I have just a few short remarks here. His advisor admires his resilience in the face of injury and personal loss. I quote, "He has weathered some hard times, but keeps smiling. I'm going to miss that kid." His graphic arts teacher recalls Ryan as such a great person, caring, fun, responsible. We had a lot of laughs together. His English teacher, his senior English teacher says, "Ryan is that kid who walks into class every day with a big grin on his face, ready to roll. In class, he tries to put himself in other people's shoes. That's essentially who he is. Someone who continuously seeks to positively impact others in any way he can, large or small." The athletic trainer and director of the Baglio Center describes him as an all-around great kid with a good head on his shoulders and a bright future ahead of him. He's been a huge part of the athletic program over the last 4 years, someone who's reliable, responsible, kind, hardworking, and always willing to help. His dorm counselor wants you to know that Ryan is a calming influence while supporting and encouraging his teammates to succeed on and off the field. Finally, his friends want you to know that he is a supportive friend when you need a shoulder to lean on. He'll make one funny remark that'll leave you with a smile on your face. He's also a very honest person and is one of the most genuine people you will ever meet. He's so considerate that for another friend, he brought an air mattress from his house and left it in his room for him to crash at school. He is not only a kind, intelligent, and independent man, he is a person that anyone could look up to. Count me among that number, Ryan, and join me as we welcome you to the podium.
Good morning. I'm up here today in front of you all to represent what we have experienced together on the Hill. We have all our emotions running high on this day. However, without this one key attitude, we would not have made it this far. That attitude is confidence. Without confidence, we would not have made it a day here. It shows up in many ways. The people we befriended, where we choose to sit, in our decision about what to do after high school, and finally, to receive our diploma today. The staff have made it easy to become more confident. We have received support from every member of our community, whether it's our teachers, dorm counselors, or support staff. I mean it, all the staff. I would never have imagined being able to talk to such a large number of people at this school. Throughout our time here, we have been able to express ourselves to anyone. Each morning, when I left the dorm, I usually received my first good morning from the maintenance staff. During the school day, we could also count on our advisors for a daily check-in, like what Ms. Papka has done for me. It made my day every single time. In the afternoon, our coaches and mentors took the time to teach us about our interests, like what Emily has done for me with our shared passion for athletic training. At night, our dorm counselors have given us a chill space to decompress. Every inch of this campus has given us a warm, welcoming feel that lets us be confident in ourselves. Our class has adapted to the culture here right away. Despite a more challenging start than most classes before us, we let our COVID year bring us together when it could have divided us. With so much time quarantining by house, we had the chance to bond deeply with our fellow classmates. We made it count, even with those Saturday classes. Ever since that year, we not only continued to embrace each other, but we also were open and inviting to new students who came along. After being forced to be separate, we chose to remain together. This was as true during COVID as it was afterwards. Challenges kept popping up in our lives. For me, it was returning to campus after I had knee surgery sophomore year. My mom took me back to campus for the first time. She knew only a few people, since this was the first year we were able to have visitors. We entered the cultural center, worried about what to do, how I was going to get around on this campus. Then, we were greeted by the graphic arts teacher, Mr. Rich. His warmth made us smile and calmed both of our nerves. At this moment, I got the first taste of confidence since I left campus for surgery. However, my next fear popped up at lunch. Sound familiar? It's something that we've all thought. Where am I going to sit? I have to find someone. I don't want to be alone. Then, Robin came up to me and helped me find a seat and offered to get me food. This day was when I joined the friend group that I am in today, and that I hope to stay connected to. My closest friend, Alex Hickey, whom I've known since middle school, saw me sitting with my crutches alone. He insisted on taking me over to his table, and just like that, he carried my tray while I hobbled loudly behind him. I was so grateful to have his generosity and his confidence to grab me and change my life in a big way. However, I barely knew what I was in for, and that scared me. I'd seen the kids at this table before, but not all together, and I did not know what to say. Actually, I didn't have to say anything. Every single one of them knew who I was and accepted me right away. Turns out, we've been learning from our friends too. We have all learned from many people in our lives, but what is most difficult is learn from ourselves. I've found for myself it is tough to be confident in the face of fear. And yet, life is simplest when you just nosedive into a new situation. A person that did this the best was my freshman year roommate, Liam Holgate. Like all of us at the time, I wondered who I would be sharing a room with. I feared for the worst, but it was completely different for him. Liam found me before dinner, even before we met in our room, and said, "We'll be sleeping together." His confidence caught me so off guard that I forgot about all my fears. We ended up playing all the same sports, building forts in our room, and then watching movies in them. He made it so I couldn't block myself off. I hope I can be the Liam with my future roommates. We'll take this confidence with us into the next phases of our lives. Confidence will come and go, but when challenges in our lives pop up, we have proven that we have the ability to face them. My best memories come from moments when I didn't think, but just acted. Eagle Hill has made it easy to do that. Surrounded by all my friends and mentors, I could do much more than I ever expected. I would not be on the path to my dream school without overcoming challenges. My biggest lesson has been to adopt this mindset of believing that I can accomplish anything through confidence. I wouldn't trade knee surgery, my learning disability, or all the times I had to advocate for myself. The bad things for the confidence I gained from them. It's finally time, after all the years that we spent together, to walk across the stage confidently into the next chapters of our lives. I hope we'll cross paths again. Thank you, Class 2024.
Ryan, I think you just showed us what it means to jump in, do something that you may be uncomfortable with, and do it with confidence. So thank you so much for your words today. Next, I'd like to ask Marilyn Waller, Chair of the Eagle Hill School Board of Trustees, to introduce our commencement speaker.
Oh my goodness. Well, rain is good luck. Just remember that. It is such an honor for me to stand up here today for this class. You exemplify everything that Ryan just talked about. Talk about perseverance. Look what you have accomplished. You all are to be honored and celebrated for what you have done. I also want to say a special thank you to all the parents, relatives, extended families that trusted us through those years of COVID when we didn't even get to really know you. You left your children in our care, and you believed and trusted that it would be okay. And we came through, didn't we? Look at them today. So without further ado, I want to introduce your guest speaker today, Jeff Mendelsohn. That's what I say too. Jeff actually sat just where you are today in 2003. I had the pleasure of meeting him because my older son, Joshua, came to school in 2003, so their paths crossed for a brief period of time. But Jeff was always a dynamo on campus. Bounced around the campus, even though these buildings were not here, but the land was, so he had plenty of room to bounce. And he's always been quite a force. I am so proud of the fact that he is here today. I want to give a big shout out to his mother, Faye, who is here with his sister, Greta, and nephew. His mother believed in us a long time ago, and we came through for her as well. Jeff has many interesting stories to tell. I want to share one because I think it's relevant to both the parents and the soon-to-be alums who are here and who we are celebrating. So Jeff was on the Board of Trustees from 2009 to when he decided it was time to start a family in 2018. And I got to know him very well during that period of time. On one occasion, fairly early on in his tenure on the board, we all attended a parent reception for the New York area families hosted by one of our alum families. And there were many, many people there. Among them was a gentleman who was the father of a current student at that time, and he happened to be an executive then at Forbes. Well, Dr. McDonald took one look at this scene, looked at Jeff across the room, and Jeff, by the way, had brought his fiancée, Nicole, then fiancée Nicole, to meet us. So immediately they were introduced to this gentleman, and Jeff's history took off from there. I mean, he'll be able to tell you, but that introduction changed his life and ours, but really changed his life. And it is a reminder to all of you of something that we say from the very beginning. We are a family. Just because you're graduating here today, just because you parents are walking out, please do not stop being in touch with us. Attend activities. When we reach out, you reach back, or reach out first. We are a family, and we will be here forever for you. So with that, I want to very proudly introduce Jeff Mendelsohn.
Wow. Wow. There's a lot of people here, too. But thank you, Marilyn Waller, for that introduction. And it is truly an honor to be standing up here today. Thank you to my fellow trustees, distinguished faculty, honored guests, proud parents, alumni, my family, who's in the office, they're in the office. No, they're in the crowd as well. And most importantly, to the graduating class of 2024. Let's give it up. It feels like yesterday that I stood up on this graduation podium, proudly wearing my Eagle Hill cap and gown. It's been 22 years since I graduated, which is mind-blowing. What's more mind-blowing is that I got invited back. The odds were way better that I would be invited here, likely in handcuffs, with the right to remain silent. I did not get here because I was a success story. I was given an opportunity of a lifetime. Despite my striving downward, someone had believed in me. No, not just my parents, but PJ and Erin Wynne. After Erin had given me the campus tour, she turned to us and brought us to PJ's office, where PJ had said something I had never heard. Jeff, if you come to Eagle Hill, you're going to succeed. No one had ever spoken to me like that before. Put it this way, when I asked my father his thoughts, his response was, well, Jeff, Eagle Hill is a lot better than prison. And you know what? It was. It really was. I spent the next 4 years at Eagle Hill growing up and learning it's never too late to change directions or make better choices. Eagle Hill has changed my life, helping me unbecome the person I was and become the person that I am today, and I am forever grateful for that. In the mid-'80s, very little was known about developmental challenges or learning and attention disorders, certainly as they related to academic achievement. ADHD was just becoming a thing. All we knew was that I was busy and I could not sit still to save my life. When it came to school, I was bored. And no, not just a little bored. I was fidgety, I was impulsive, I was worthy of that ADHD diagnosis, bored. Behave, follow instructions, sit with your hands neatly folded in your lap. I mean, yeah, okay. During my preschool graduation, which we still have on VHS tape, I started goofing off to see if I could make people laugh, and it turns out I was good at it. One of the teachers saw, but before she could pull me out of my graduation ceremony, my fight or flight reflex must have kicked in, and I took off, okay? I did a few 100-meter laps around the room with a final sprint out the back door exit. I was gone. But by fourth grade or so, I was full-blown out of control. Since there were no fidgets or sensory chairs, I started flipping my pencil through my fingertips to distract myself. And I was pretty good at it, until the pencil accidentally flew out of my hand, headed straight for Justin Klein's head, and sadly, it was the perfect bullseye. You know how your parents used to say, "Don't play with your pencil, you might poke someone's eye out"? They were right. From age 4 to 14, life was really hard. I had very little confidence in my academic ability. I sat in multiple parent-teacher conferences and overheard the negative things the teachers would say about me. When you're a kid especially, and you hear adults say these kinds of things to you repeatedly, you start to believe it. At 15, I was 80 pounds overweight, depressed, and anxious. Learning was not easy for me. It was complex and it was challenging. I also lacked the maturity, the self-regulation, and basic coping skills needed to work things out. The struggle was real. One teacher was particularly rough. He was my fourth grade math teacher, Mr. Miller, and it went something like this. You'd be in class, and Mr. Miller would ask you a question. It did not matter if your hand was raised. He called on people randomly. You did your best to answer. Was Mr. Miller's classroom a safe and supportive environment? The kind that makes a kid want to volunteer answers right or wrong? Not even a little. Mistakes were the kiss of death. He never explained why your response might be incorrect or how you might rethink or rework the problem. When you gave a wrong answer, the response was, "I'll see you at 150. No good try or almost or hey, maybe next time. Just see you at 150 today, so that everyone could hear him. You know the character Miss Trenchbull in the movie Matilda? I know, I'm sure a lot of you have read that. The one who threatens to send kids to the chokey if they make a wrong move? Well, see you at 150 today was Mr. Miller's chokey. Do you know what he made me do that afternoon? I had to write, "I don't get it," 150 times on the chalkboard. To make matters worse, I had horrible handwriting back then, and he left my sentences on the board so everyone could see them the next day. I don't get it. Moments like this change a person. They just do. Here's what I want to say about failure, though. It is an inevitable part of growth and success. Everyone in this room, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to raise your hand if you've ever made a mistake. If someone isn't raising their hand, something's not being accurately true, so let's be honest. See? No one is alone here. Have you heard of a company called Etsy? Do you know before launching this site, its founder, Rob Kalin, failed every single class in high school? This guy has a net worth of $35 billion today. Did you know that Thomas Edison was expelled from school for being unteachable, quote unquote? Fortunately, like my mom, his mother believed in him and encouraged him to continue his education. Things didn't get better for Thomas Edison when he entered the workforce. He was fired from multiple jobs because of his lack of productivity. Even his first 1,000 attempts at getting the light bulb to work were failures. But despite his defeats, Edison was a prolific inventor who amassed over 1,000 patents, including the light bulb and the movie projector. And how about my former CEO, also my former boss, indirectly, Jeff Bezos? When Jeff started an e-commerce company out of his garage in Seattle, no one really knew about the internet. It was just becoming a thing. And according to market expectations, he had less than a 30% chance of Amazon making it. But Jeff created a culture at Amazon where failure is expected. The HR team at Amazon invests millions of dollars to help employees get over themselves when it happens. You follow these 5 steps, which are called working backwards. Here are the steps, more or less. Number 1, listen. This is about pausing and getting quiet to hear what you might be missing. Why didn't you get it right the first time? Number 2, define. Say it out loud. Define the challenge before you set a clear goal. Number 3, reinvent. Develop a new solution instead of staying stuck in what you've been doing. Heck, try hundreds of new solutions. Things are only impossible until you find another way. Number 4, refine it. Keep chipping away. Don't stop. Number 5, test and iterate. Now test this out. How's your strategy now? Does it work better? Did you solve the problem you intended to solve? If so, good for you. If not, work backwards and start again. Listen, I'm not saying everything will be easy for you or you won't have to face the unknowns, but don't fear them. Opportunities are in the dark. You just might have to crack open a window to see them better. Work backwards resonates strongly with me because it's a philosophy I learned at Eagle Hill. PJ, Erin, and the rest of the teachers didn't focus on right or wrong answers per se. They focused on developing our way of thinking, our reasoning, and our communication skills. They taught me to ask more questions and to consider diverse perspectives. Always put yourself in another person's shoes, they said. Consider their point of view. They expected me to show up, to be accountable for my work, and to give credit for other people's ideas. They reminded me that for every challenge or crisis I encountered, there was always the reverse side, which is an opportunity. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the start of my Eagle Hill turnaround. And if you can believe it, in my first year, I went from a 1.7 GPA to a 3.8 GPA. Oh, thanks. They helped me build the foundation I needed. It started with me doing my homework, keeping a planner, learning to study and prioritize. Most people assume these skills are intuitive in children, but they aren't always. I built them at Eagle Hill. Achievement was and is still a powerful motivator for me. And it was something I hadn't experienced before coming to Eagle Hill. I also discovered my drive and my ambition here. I learned to trust myself and, more importantly, value my self-worth. So with my Eagle Hill education, did I go on to do everything right? No, I did not. Let's see. I graduated from Eagle Hill. I thrived in college. I got hired immediately. And then I got fired from my first job, which was mortifying. Long story short, my Achilles heel was my ego. Since I graduated school, I assumed that it also meant I had graduated from having learning difficulties. I could not have been more wrong, because you never outgrow them and you never graduate from them. At my first job, I didn't do what I learned at Eagle Hill or in college. And when my boss said, "Jeff, I just don't think you're cut out for this industry," suddenly, I was a fourth grader again who just didn't get it. Well, let me tell you something. Nothing had motivated me more to succeed. I saw failure as a fuel, and it became my secret weapon. Throughout my life and career, I've been inspired by my family, my teachers, my mentors, my bosses, my colleagues, and countless others. The following are some guiding principles they've shared with me that I now wish to share with you all. There is no one way to succeed, no magic formula. Think of this next stage of life like a bungee jump and just dare to leap. Whether you fly or faceplant, just pay attention and learn something from it. Approach situations with an open mind. Your attitude and integrity are everything. Follow through on what you say you're going to do and respond to it to other people promptly. It shows respect and responsibility. And don't just show up. Show up and work 3 times harder with a total commitment. Show respect to everyone you meet along the way. Today's assistant is tomorrow's CEO. Surround yourself with the right team. We can't do things alone, and this is true for work, marriage, and everything else. Seek out the people who challenge and improve you. Listen to your gut. Every single time, listen to your gut. If something feels wrong, there's a good chance it probably is. You know who you are. If you don't know who you are, go find yourself. The world needs you. But not everything is about you. Make a difference. Be a mentor if you can. Lead by example, and then teach others what you know. Lastly, thank your parents, your family, your teachers, and everyone who got you to this place. Eagle Hill is not just any education. It's a gift, and you've been given the tools to meet your challenges and reach your greatest potential. There is a responsibility that naturally comes with all you've been given. Set an example for those who look up to you. Pave the way for the next generation. Give back to your community. There are no bounds to what can be achieved. You guys know that better than anyone. Class of 2024, go get 'em.
I have to honestly say that I think in my 27 years at Eagle Hill, this may be one of my most favorite moments. So thank you very much. So incredibly proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
So just a little token of our appreciation to remember today.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
So nice, thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to welcome Mrs. Kelly, Dr. Stone, and Mr. Geary to the stage to hand out our diplomas. I do just want to say that Dr. Riendo was, terribly disappointed that he couldn't be here with us today, but he is in Pennsylvania with his youngest daughter who's graduating from college. But several of our seniors did ask if we could have a representation of Dr. Riendo, so he is over here to the left on stage here, so, okay.
Madeline Kelly Adorni. Madeline will be attending Marist College in the fall. Charles Thomas Banks. Chip will be attending Xavier University in the fall. Joshua Jethro Biner. Josh will be attending High Point University in the fall. Yoni Eitan Bernstein. Yoni will be attending Syracuse University. Aiden Thomas Mukin Bhagwati. Aiden will be attending Parsons School of Design at the new school. Ryan Michael Borski. Ryan will be attending Coastal Carolina University. Michaela Pearl Colvin. Michaela will be attending the University of Pittsburgh. Ayan Kumar Dalal. Ayan will be enrolling at Austin College. Quincy Kimball Davis. Quincy will be attending the Rochester Institute of Technology. William Edward Donahauer. Liam will be attending High Point University. Mengistu Paulos Eisenberg. Mangi will be attending to Flagler College. Madeline Faith Elder. Maddie will be enrolling at the University of Georgia. Liam Omar Farhangi. Liam will be attending Stevens Institute of Technology. Lucinda Gray Gilsdorf. Lucy will be doing an EF gap year. Amelia Scarlett Glass. Emmy will be enrolling at Southern Oregon University. Theodore Stewart Goose. Teddy will be enrolling at Syracuse University. Olivia Michelle Gregory. Olivia will be attending the University of Arizona. Nicole Aris Hernstein. Nicole will be enrolling at George Washington University. Alex Sean Hickey. Alex will be attending Roger Williams University. Kate Corcoran Higgins. Kate will be attending Marist College. Liam Burr Holgate. Liam will be attending New England Institute of Technology. Justin Wang Hugh. Justin will be enrolling at Rollins College.
Uncle Dre.
Maya Lauren Johnson. Maya will be attending Creighton University. Samuel Owen Jones. Sam will be attending the University of New England. Rohan J. Cabra. Rohan will be attending Dynamy in the fall. Angelia Felicia Lamagna. Angelia will be attending Stonehill College. Andrew John Lascotti. Andrew will be attending Emmanuel College.
Yes, Andrew.
Sophia Adelina Lopez. Sophia will be attending Johnson & Wales University. Otto Ludwig Dieter Morlock. Otto will be attending the University of Vermont. Victoria Caldwell Newbar. Victoria will be enrolling at the University of New Hampshire.
We love you.
Phoebe M. Pack. Phoebe will be completing the gap year. Good job, Phoebe. Samantha Rose Panzeri. Sam will be attending Westfield State University. Caitlin Autumn Podolsky. Caitlin will be attending Westfield State University. Jack William Reeves. Jack will be enrolling at Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Hudson Jones Reidel. Hudson will be enrolling at Elon University. Todd Spencer Rubenstein. Todd will be attending Marist College. Alec Peter Schwartz. Alec will be attending Marist College. Samuel Jacob Staffenberg. Sam will be enrolling at High Point University.
Think I'd forget about you?
Anthony Salvatore Toscano Jr. Anthony will be attending Westfield State University. John Gabriel Valentino V. Jack will be attending High Point University.
Yeah, Jack!
Audrey Elizabeth Wallace. Audrey will be attending Syracuse University. Bridget Mary Wallace. Bridget will be attending the University of Alabama. Eaton David Wiseman. Eaton will be attending the University of Southern Maine. Sophia Rose Werner. Sophia will be attending Elon University.
Each year, the seniors and underclassmen compete for the 5 major awards at Eagle Hill School: the Thomas A. Schneider Entrepreneurial Award, the Be Like Brit Award, the Egenberg Award, the Citizenship Award, and the Head of Schools Cup. A testament to the strength of the class of 2024, all 5 of these awards are going to seniors today. The Thomas A. Schneider Entrepreneurial Award is given each year in honor of a man who for more than a decade served Eagle Hill School as an EHS parent, a member of the Parent Advisory Board, a member of the Board of Trustees, a mentor, an advisor, and trusted and loyal friend. Never afraid to roll up his sleeves and get down to business, Tom earned everything he got in life by combining a penchant for hard work and an indomitable entrepreneurial spirit that seemingly turned everything he touched into gold. The recipient of this award is showing early signs that he or she may someday share many of the same qualities as Mr. Schneider: wisdom beyond 1 years, fierce loyalty and commitment, a desire to help others in need, and a spirit that makes the seemingly impossible possible. Please join me in congratulating a young man who is going to have tremendous success in life, Quincy Davis. On January 12, 2010, a massive earthquake devastated the country of Haiti, killing hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children. Among those who perished that day was a beautiful 19-year-old woman from Rutland, Massachusetts, named Brittany Gengel. Brittany and 11 of her Lynn University classmates and 2 Lynn University professors were on a humanitarian mission in Haiti to feed the poorest of the poor. Brittany found her life's calling in Haiti, texting her mother, Cheryl Ann, only 2 hours before the earthquake, saying she wanted to return to Haiti to set up an orphanage. Accordingly, the Be Like Brit Foundation has been established to honor Brit's life, legacy, and final vision. In collaboration with the entire Gengel family, including Brittany's brothers Bernie, EHS class of 2010, and Richie, EHS class of 2013, Each year, Eagle Hill School honors Brittany and a deserving EHS student with the Be Like Brit Award. The winner of this award must demonstrate a strong desire to give back to others through community service, must be an advocate for the underdog in all circumstances, and most importantly, he or she must possess a heart and soul that is honest and pure. Simply put, Brit was fabulous, much like the 2024 Be Like Brit Award winner, Samantha Panzeri. Alumni parent Nikki Egenberg, upon the graduation of her third child from Eagle Hill School in 1987, conceived of the Egenberg Award. Mrs. Egenberg was pleased that her children, who were hardworking yet unassuming, were given an unsurpassed amount of personal attention, despite the fact that they rarely demanded the spotlight. The recipient of this award is diligent, accommodating, and dutiful, an unsung hero on campus who goes about his or her daily business while modestly serving as a role model for others. I am pleased to announce that the 2024 Egenberg Character Award goes to one of the kindest and nicest young men you will ever meet, Liam Ferengi. The Citizenship Award is given each year to a student who has made a highly commendable commitment to the total educational program. Serving as a positive role model for others, this student exemplifies all the qualities of a responsible citizen: maturity, accountability, diligence, loyalty, and a desire to contribute to the community. This year, by vote of the faculty, we have two recipients. The first Citizenship Award goes to a young woman who is pure in her intentions and willing to embrace life fully. Please join me in congratulating Lucy Gilsdorf. The second winner of the Citizenship Award goes to a young man who immersed himself in every conceivable way on campus, a true gentleman with an amazing future ahead. Please join me in congratulating Aiden Bagwati. The Head of Schools Cup is given each year to that student who, upon a vote of the entire EHS faculty, merits the honor on the basis of his or her exemplary performance in the total educational program. This student is responsible, mature, academically curious, involved in the life of the community, hardworking, and a fine example to his or her peers. Standing out from the rest, this student has demonstrated a consistent love of learning and a respect for the Eagle Hill School community. This year is a person who has worked to elevate the arts at Eagle Hill through her performances on stage and bringing music and poetry to the entire Eagle Hill School community through her work on the Open Mic Night series. A quiet leader, a friend, and an amazing young woman. Please join me in congratulating the 2024 Head of Schools Cup winner, Maddie Adorni. All right, seniors, you made it. Our post-graduation reception will be held just behind me in the Chapman Dining Hall. It looks like the sun might be trying to come out. Appropriately, the class of 2024 will file out alone as a symbol of us setting them free. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2024.